Ngiyakwamukela ku-IsiZulu Lessons. I wish to welcome you to IsiZulu Lesson. If you happen to have any question or questions regarding this lesson you are going to hear today, you may send your question via this email that is provided here, tutoring@bonibooks.co.za. Isifundo sanamuhla uzosethulela nguthisha F. Today's lesson is brought to you by Teacher F. So what is the topic of the lesson? Sizofunda ngani namhlanje? Our topic of the lesson for today is Ondaweni. Ondaweni, what we call locatives. Sizofunda nike lana ngondaweni. What are we going to learn about Ondaweni? Sizofunda ukuthi bayini ondaweni, sibabona kanjani, uzokwazi ukubasebenzisa emshweni. So those are the three things that we're going to learn in today's lesson. What are these locatives? How do we recognize them? How do we use them in a sentence? So this is what all this lesson for today is going to be about. Okay, let's go on now and say bayini. What is Ondaweni? What is Ondaweni? Okay, firstly, I've said here Ondaweni bakomba indawo. Bakomba indawo. So when we talk about Ondaweni, I always like to refer to the English equivalent. In English, you call them prepositions, like go in, on, at. So in Zulu, we call them Ondaweni. Bakomba indawo. Okay, they indicate a place where a particular thing is happening. Okay. I guess I've got this sentence here. Haven't done just not this sentence. I've got these sentences that I want us to look at, and let's look at the first one. Abantwana baya esikoleni. Okay, look at esikoleni. The second sentence, sizoya ebhishi kusasa. I want you to concentrate on the noun ebhishi. Khipha ubisi efrijini. Your efrijini there. Ekapa kuyashisa kakhulu. Ngizobhala ebhukwini lami. Ngizoya kwadokotela. So if we look at these sentences, we're using the in, the on, the at, but we're doing it differently. So if we say isibaya esikoleni, they're going to school, but we say esikoleni there. Sizoya ebhishi, we will go to the beach, to school, to beach, but we're not saying it the same way. Khipha ubisi efrijini, take milk out of the fridge, okay, or from the fridge. Okay. This is your preposition. Ekapa kuyashisa in Cape Town. Okay. Bazobhala ebhukwini, they will write on the book. Okay, sizoya kwadokotela kusasa, will go through the doctor's rooms tomorrow. So all these highlighted words are what we call Ondaweni. But we're doing it differently. It's not the same way. It's not like in English you say to, on. But here we're doing it differently. So in this lesson, I will try to help you to see how do we make this Ondaweni? How do we recognize the Ondaweni that we're talking about here? Okay. Okay. Then our next slide, it says Sibenza noma sibabona kanjani. How do we see Ondaweni? How do we say that this word is Ondaweni? How do we say that this word is a locative? Okay. The most important thing that I can say to you is that we are going to look at the nouns, okay? So if we're working with nouns in a sentence, and then we're going to change them into the locatives, okay? We're going to change them to Ondaweni. Okay, so what I'm saying here, we're saying that Ondaweni, emabizweni siqalisa, okay? What is to qalisa? Qalisa is to begin or to prefix. So siqalisa ngo A. Bese sijobelela, and then we suffix. Okay, we suffix different things. So it is going to depend on the noun that you're working with. So we are mainly going to look at what the noun ends with, and then we suffix accordingly. Okay, let's look at the first rule that I have here for you. I said amabizo agcina ngo a no e ajobelela u-eni bese siqalisa ngo-e. So it means those nouns that will end in a vowel a no e, to them we will suffix any. Okay, and you always remember to begin with the e, to begin your noun with an e. Okay, let's look at the examples that I have here. I have the example isikole. Okay, isikole, which is a school, but how do you say at school? And then we say esikoleni. So what have we done there? Okay, look at your esikoleni, the a that is in red, from iskul, which is a noun, and then when we're making it a locative, Ondaweni, we prefix the a, esikoleni, and then we suffix any. So why we suffix any? Because this noun ends in a vowel e. So the a and the a, we suffix any. Then so isikole, we are going to say esikoleni. Abantwana baya esikoleni kusasa. So the children are going to school tomorrow. Okay, let's go on to another noun. Let's look at this one, ikhala. Ikhala is your nose. Okay, ikhala is ending in the vowel a. Okay, so what are we going to do? How are we going to do our locative here? So remember, we've said we always begin with an a. Ekhaleni. Okay, so because this noun also ends in a, so ekhaleni would mean on the nose, in the nose, or from the nose. It will depend on the context. It will depend on the meaning of the sentence that you are writing. Okay, like if you say susa ukudla ekhaleni, remove the food from the nose. Okay, it could be from, it could be on, it could be in. It will depend on the context of the sentence. So ikhala, and then we say ekhaleni. Okay, let's look at the next noun, isikhwama. Isikhwama is a bag, but if you say in the bag or from the bag, you are going to say esikhwameni. And then from the noun isikhwama, you begin with the a, and then you say esikhwameni from the bag. Khipha ipeni lami esikhwameni. Take out my pen from the bag. Take out my pen from the bag. Okay, so now we've been looking at those nouns that are beginning with an a and the e. We are going to continue to look at the other nouns that will end in other vowels and see how we do Ondaweni, how we do our locatives. Okay, let's go on to the next set of nouns. Okay, the next set of nouns that we're getting here are the nouns that end in a vowel o. O. Okay, like if we look at this word here that I have here, the noun isitulo. Isitulo. So what is going to happen here? These nouns, we will suffix weni. Okay, weni, and then we begin the locative by using a. Isitulo, and then we say esitulweni. Esitulweni, on the chair. Bega ijazi lam esitulweni. Put my jacket on the chair. Okay. Okay, let's go on and look at another one. Isonto. What is isonto? Anyone knows? Can you remember? Isonto can mean the week, can mean the church. So, but if you say esontweni, a church. Okay. Ngiyathanda ukuya esontweni. So it could be at or to church, or like going to church in this context. Okay. Ngiyathanda ukuya esontweni. Okay, let's look at the next one. Umdlalo, and then we say emdlalweni, at the match or at the game. Kusasa siya emdlalweni. Tomorrow we are going to the hockey match. Emdlalweni. Okay, look at look what's happening there. Umdlalo, and then we say emdlalweni. So now we have seen that in those nouns that ends in an a and an e, okay, what do we suffix? Okay, so now in the nouns that end in an o, what do we suffix? We suffix weni. So imoto, emotweni, okay, umdlalo, emdlalweni, isitulo, esitulweni, isonto, esontweni. Okay, let's continue to look at then the next set of nouns. So what about those nouns that will end in a vowel E, I? Ajobelela ini, we suffix ini, and then we begin with the E. Like if you say ifriji, and then you say efrijini, in the fridge or on the fridge. Ngifuna ukubeka inyama efrijini. I want to put my meat in the fridge. Okay. And yes, the next one is ibhasi, and then we say ebhasini. Abafundi bagibela ebhasini. Okay, ebhasini, ibhasi, in the bus. Okay, ebhasini. Then we say ebhasini. So the most important thing is to look at the noun and look at the last vowel of the noun, and then suffix accordingly. So it means you've got to know these suffixes. You've got to know that when the noun ends in an I, what do suffix? Suffix ini. When the noun ends in an A and the E, what do suffix? Suffix any. Okay, this is what you should try to remember all the time. You could even play it as your song to help you remember. Okay, let's move now to the next slide. What do I have for you? I have this exercise for you. So this exercise says shintsha amagama akubakaki abe ngondaweni. So you are going to change those words or those nouns that are in brackets to be your locatives. So you are going to go back to the rule, think about what we have said, don't open the notes, try to do it on your own without referring to the notes. Try to remember as much as you can from what we've learned today, and then do this exercise. Okay, ngifuna itikiti, isikepe, number 2. Number 3, there is ihashi. Number 4, there is impilo, ilanji. Number 5. Number 6, there is ikwaya. Number 7, there is ingadi. Number 8, there is izilwane. Number 9, there is ukudla. And number 10, there is umsebenzi. So you are going to look at these nouns. Look at what they end with. Try to think as to what I've said now. Do this exercise. Try to test yourself. Don't go back to your notes. And then when you're done, what are you going to do then? Once you're done, you move on to the next slide. What do you get? You get your answers. Okay, this is just to help you to test yourself to see if you have mastered what we have been learning today. Okay, then we shall continue next time. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Thank you so much.